Welcome to something to talk about. Really loud. Welcome to something to talk about.
Hi, welcome to Something to Talk About, and this is something new for me. I'm talking about the TV show, right? I'm doing one of them Fire and Blood reviews. Just Fire and Blood. See, I even got it wrong. That's the name of the book. House of the Dragon reviews, like everybody and their mom is doing right now. I was thinking, I'm gonna watch it. Maybe I'll review it. And then I was watching it, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'll review it. And then a day went by, and every single Song of Ice and Fire guy reviewed it, and gal. And I was like, I should review it. And yeah, I want to do it. I want to try something new. So here we go. Son for a Son, House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 1, review and major differences. So I will give you guys a little dose of differences here because that is what I do. I watched the episode twice, so if I get facts wrong, sorry. I tried to digest it, think about it. I thought about it throughout the day, so I'm filming this Friday night, putting it out Tuesday morning, and I worked all day, or Monday night, putting it out Tuesday morning, and I worked all day Monday. So I wrote kind of part of the script while I watched it, and then I thought about it all day, and then I got home, I did dad stuff, the little girl went to bed, went through the script again, added more, and here we are. So, yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's talk about the TV show, The Dragon Show, The Good Dragon Show, by the way. So, yeah, Son of a Son. So if you guys like this, I'll make these every week, and hopefully I can get them out as quickly as this one. And also, who knows? If you guys really like this, maybe I'll cover season 1 after season 2 is done. Don't get crazy. I don't do things in order around here. What are we doing? All right. Old and new characters. The Blacks. That's the faction. The Blacks. So the way I kind of am breaking this review up, so I'm going to cover the first half, as in like the stuff that kind of happened with Team Black, and then the stuff that happened with Team Green. And then I'm going to cover kind of the final act, or the second half of the show, kind of, all in one other slide, right? And then I'm going to talk about major differences. So, yeah, this is, a mix of a summary and my own opinions, right? Like a review. That's what they call it. We are getting to see everyone again, and we're meeting new folks, right? So starting with the Blacks, Jace is up in the north showing us Cregan. We're going to see that a lot. Here's a guy we know. Here's a new guy we know. Almost every scene in the first half is like this, right? It has to bring everybody into the season 2. Once the war gets going, there's all these new characters we got to meet. Dance of Dragons has these gigantic players throughout the entire war. And I feel like this episode was like, oh my God, it's season 2. We're going to get into the war and we have like 100 people to introduce. So almost every scene is like, guy we know, new guy. You're going to see the trend, okay? So yeah, we meet Jace, Jacaerys up in the north, and we get Cregan. We see it. Oh, wait. I don't know why I said we see Damon. I should have proofread. They drop a ton of exposition about King Torrin, the King of Nelt, old King Jaehaerys, and good Queen Aly. Old King Jerry, good Queen Aly. And yeah, it was actually really cool. We kind of get a little bit of like stuff there. I will be talking about this again in the differences. I also like this whole introducing the like Stark household as how one of every 10 people take the Black. And it was kind of like showing us that the Night's Watch actually used to be respected, right? And during the winter, I like the idea because it kind of goes with the Winter Wolves, right? The Winter Wolves are like these people who don't want to, when they get older, they don't want to like have a big burden on their families. So they kind of just leave to go die in the winter in the north, right? They die in the elements, or they go do something. And it's kind of like that on the vein of like, they don't want to be a burden to their household. So to kind of lessen the burden of a household, 1 out of 10 people take the black. So it strengthens the numbers of the Night's Watch, but at the same time, it kind of makes it easier for everybody else, right? It's kind of cool. I really like that. I didn't have that in here, but, you know, brain dumb, brain work, kind of. All right, now jumping over back to Dragonstone. Daemon tells Rhaenyra that they are going to do some Dragon War stuff. Daemon's like, hey, let's do some Dragon War stuff. And Rhaenys tells Daemon to go kick rocks. She's like, I'm on the other side of 40, okay? Dragons aren't comfortable, okay? My back hurts. My lower back hurts. Bro, I'm 35 and my lower back hurts, okay? My shoulder hurts. I go to the chiropractor. They probably don't even have chiropractors in House of Dragons. So she's like, I've been flying over the ocean, checking out our entire blockade. They have a blockade. It's really cool. Reminds me of episode 1 of Star Wars. The blockade. I just want Newt Gunray, like, in King's Landing. Like, oh, we got... No, he would be in Dragonstone. Like, no one will get through the blockade. Thanks, Newt Gunray. I didn't have that joke ready, apparently. But anyways, she's like, I'm flying over, checking out our entire navy over and over again. I need a nap. And you know what, Rhaenyra? I get it, because if I, like, go to the bank and the grocery store in one trip, I need a nap, too. Totally the same thing. All right. Yeah, and so she's like, no, screw off. I'm not flying to King's Landing and doing your Dragon War stuff yet. I'm tired. Me in Melee's, the Red Queen. Melee's? No, Melee's is the monstrous. Ah, come on. You guys know what I'm talking about. It is totally Melee's. It's just spelled different. All right. Anyways, where was I? Okay, so then we got, like, Corlys. He heads down to the docks, and he introduces us to Alan. Old character introduces us to new character. It's going to keep happening. Who's Alan? Well, you're going to have to find out. I love Alan, and I love Adam. You'll meet him. They're of Hull. Okay. I love the of Hulls. Okay, we're meeting people. We flip to Rhaenyra having a sad fly. She's all sad until she stops and spots some filthy peasants fishing some dragon parts, fishing in some dragon parts. So she flies down. They're like, holy crap, a dragon. And we get an amazing performance by Emma Darcy. Yeah, since this isn't a book review, this is a TV show review. So I get to talk about performances and shots and directing and mostly performances. So Emma Darcy, as normal, they just kill it. Like, they are so good. So she drops down to, like, talk to, or to, like, check out, like, Lucerys's remains. And it is like, yeah, she just gives it. Yeah, they give an amazing performance. That's what I'm trying to say. It's really good. All right. Not the only performance I'm talking about today. I said we meet the Greens. Oh, wait a second. Do I got that paragraph into 2? Meet the Greens. All right, we'll skip over that. And yeah, wow. All right. So let's meet the Greens. It's time we meet the Greens. Aegon goes through the Red Keep and goes to meet his fam. Helena, she says she's afraid, but of the rats, not the dragons, which that rat thing totally won't come up later. All right. Man, I love how professional I got today. Can you guys tell that I'm like, all right, hurry up, let's get this video out. Been thinking about it all day. I love how funny this scene is, by the way. So Aegon, like, I hate Aegon. Like, for Aegon II from the books, from the first season, he's so horrible. In the books, he's so horrible, and he's really not redeeming. And now the actor's just completely killing it and just giving us a great performance. And what's the guy's name? Tom Glenn Carney, right? He like is winning me over with his Aegon performance, right? Like, he's given him a little bit of life. He's a little more jokey and goofy. And man, I'm loving the performance. I still hate Aegon II, but it was pretty cool. Just like him kind of walking around, and then he goes into the room and he's like, "Which one's where's the son? I want to go bring him to. I want to bring him to the small council." And she's like, Helena's like, "I'm scared," and he goes, "Okay, like, we're not gonna get attacked." And she's like, "Of the rats." And then he says, I love this line, "The queen is an enduring mystery, is she not?" And I like that all the like handmaidens like look around for the rats. She's like, "I'm afraid of the rats," and they're like, and he's like, "She's a goofy one. Where's my son?" All right, man. Aegon kind of really kills his first episode, man. Good job, Tom. So now we flip over to Alicent Hightower, who's getting dirty with Crispy Cole, Christopher Cole. I love that she talks about the weather right after the sexual act. It's so realistic. Oh man. So it's gonna be cloudy today, huh? Yeah. Why are we talking? I don't know. I mean, we're getting dressed. Also, a little hypocritical of both of them, where she's like, "I can't believe you're having sexual encounters with people, Rhaenyra." And then she's like, "Crispy, let's go." And Kristen Cole's like, "I hate her and I want her entire family to die, and I want that horrible egg on the rule because she soiled my cloak." Alicent, you want to go soil my cloak? Hypocrites! All right. Come on. But it is so realistic. I love the weather talk. Aegon introduces us to a little Jaehaerys. He introduces the little Jaehaerys to the small council. I know we did meet their kids like before, but this kind of counts as a new character, right? Hey, here's old character, new character. Kind of. All right, maybe not. We met Jaehaerys. Side note, I do have a child, a very blonde child. Her hair or her eyes aren't purple, but they're bright blue, and she's very blonde, and she's 4. And for reasons I don't want to get to, by the way, spoilers for this show, I didn't love it. I was like, well, all right, we're going to do it later. Just because Jaehaerys is so cute, and I'm like, cute. And I'm like, I have a cute daughter. I know how this episode might end. Shucks. Gosh darn it. All right. I like that Aegon is trying to be a good dad. Like, he's not being a good dad, but he is trying because, like, you know, maybe teacher could have, like, hey, don't mess with Tywin Lannister. But I kind of love that he's, like, encourages it. Like, he's like, no, I used to mess with Tywin, too. Knock his stuff over. Grab his ball. His table ball. His council ball. You know what I'm talking about. So where was I? He's trying to be a good dad. Something I never expected from him. It makes, and then he goes and makes a comment about his dragons are bigger. Is that a dick joke? I wrote that down before I even watched the rest of the episode. There's another connection between male genitalia in dragons later. Made from him. It was weird. Okay, sorry. Where was I? Jaehaerys is so adorable, messing with Tywin Lannister. I hope nothing happens to him. Oh yeah, and then Larry's is being creepy after the council scene, and then he drops that he like killed everyone that is Team Black, right? So he just tells Alicent like, oh, by the way, all the other folk, I just murked them all. And she's like, they're dead. And he goes, they're no longer breathing our air. Bro, calm down. Oh, man. Yeah, the talk was so creepy that she even needs a bath afterwards. And I like that creepy Larry tells her that he handpicked all of her new staff So then she sends them all away during the bath. I don't know if that's why, but that's how I like read it. Like she's taking a bath and she's like, he handpicked all my staff. Get out! Ugh! Ugh! Don't look at my feet! You all disgust me! Oh, man. All right, so then Aegon holds court, right? And this is a great scene because we get to meet Aegon the Magnanimous. Magnanimous? Oh, all right, man, go with it. It's like his new friends. They all got names and they're not in the book. So there's an Estermont. I don't have them all memorized yet. All right, the show just came out, right? But yeah, I do like the Aegon the I don't know, scrumptious. I like that. Go with it. Thank you. Like he's just whipping out his thesaurus. Aegon the prickly? No. Aegon the magnanimous? It's a kingdom, not a frat house. That's totally a frat house. And look, Hugh Hammer, right? Well, he's just Hugh for now. He's probably gonna get Hammer later. That's the smithy who walks. He goes, "Hey, Smith stuff," and Aegon's like, "All right, yeah, cool, Smith stuff." He's probably important later. Old characters introducing new characters all episode. I don't know what that dance was. Deal with it. All right. So yeah, so we meet Hammer, and then after that, well, also Otto just like tries to teach Aegon about the economy of nowhere. He's like, "Yes, have your sheep back," and he's like, "Bro, we need those sheep. We have to feed the dragons for the war." And he's like, "Never mind. I'm magnanimous." All right. So then Creepy Larry tells Aegon to get rid of the dinosaurs. He's like, "Hey, you should just kill Otto," right? And then find a new hand of the king. Otto was your dad's hand, and you're not like your dad. You're like old King Jaehaerys. Yeah, you mean a bad dad? Whoa! Shots fired. All right. Where was I? Alicent tells Otto to stop undermining her. Okay, so let's break this down. If Otto stopped undermining her, if Otto stopped being a jerk to his daughter, he wouldn't have anything to do in this show. It's like half of what Otto does. We are still seeing that the sides are being ununified with themselves. So just like how the end of last season, especially the Greens, we're still kind of warring with each other. Like Alicent's trying to get a hold of Aegon so she can get her hooks in and make him king. And then Otto's trying to get Aegon so he can put his hooks in and make him king. And they were like, finally, they're like, no. Let's just hang out. Let's be together. And they're still not. Like, they're still not. No one's really unified. Okay. You got Crispy Cole and Aemon One Eye are like, Harrenhal, Riverlands, burn it all. And they're like, we're sending letters. And Alicent's like, I'm hanging out with Crispy Cole. So, yeah, they haven't, unified together yet. And that's probably good for everybody. Is that all I had? Yeah, that's all we got. Okay, so third act, blood and cheese. Yay. So before we get to blood and cheese, the White Worm is heading to Dragonstone. Is fantastic. Yeah, so in the blockade, we lost all communications down there. In the blockade, not going in there with 2 Jedi. All right. They find Mysaria the White Worm and 2 Jedi sneaking in through the blockade, right? So that's what's going on. She should be on Team Black, so it's great that she's there. This leads to a great discussion between Eric Cargill and Daemon until Rhaenyra Targaryen finally comes in. He's like, Daemon's like, yeah, she's a traitor. And he goes, hey, I kind of talked to her. I don't really think she's a traitor. And he's like, well, your brother's a traitor, and you're probably a traitor too. That's what Daemon said. I'm going to stick with that impression for Daemon his entire reviews. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Oh, my God. All right. So then she finally shows up. She looks destroyed by grief and asks for the One Eye's head. Yeah, she just that's her only line. and it's not that, but she's like, let's go kill him in one eye, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but that's her one line. Okay. Jace returning for a loving moment with his mother is unexpected, absolutely unexpected. I'll get to it when I get to the differences, but it is very lovely. Night in King's Landing, Damon gets Blood and Cheese moving, right? So he goes and finds Blood. I don't think they call him Blood and Cheese in the show, but we know they're Blood and Cheese. That's some book stuff. But Blood is a captain in the gold cloaks, and even though Damon hasn't been one for 20 years, apparently this guy was there, and they had a bunch of like crazy, weird, cool parties and stuff. So he still fondly remembers Damon. And Masaria, the Misery, the White Worm, sets them up, and he goes and talks to him, and he gets them moving. And then One Eye tries to make moves with Crispy, right? And he's like, "Oh, let's do some warring," and Otto's like, "No," and still stops him. So now Blood and Cheese are walking through the Red Keep, right? Cheese kicks a dog. Like we know what he's supposed to do at the end of the episode. Spoilers again. But like I should have said it at the beginning. Sorry. Like we know what he's gonna do at the end of the episode, but still, like, you gotta kick a dog, dude. You're a jerk. You hear that? Cheese. You're a jerk. You're my least favorite type of cheese, even under Kraft singles. Fight me. I like cheese. All right. I like Kraft singles sometimes. Okay, fine. Okay, where was I? So yeah, Blood and Cheese walk by Aegon II being a frat boy on the throne, talking about his dragon cock. See, that's the second time Aegon connects his Willowang with his dragon. Weird. It's weird. What's with all these, like, somebody's like, "Hey, don't you got a dragon?" He's like, "A dragon dick." All right, what should we call you? The Magnanimous? But the dragon dick. Our dragon dicks are better than theirs. Am I right? It's weird. All right. That's all I got. Well, your brother's dragon's an old lady. You make that joke on your own. Okay, so from that goofy scene, we go right to a super dark scene, right? So we flip from Aegon making dumb jokes on the throne, and then we flip over to an extremely dark scene. So the one shot, I'm kind of skipping over it, the one shot walk with Helena running through the hallways of the Red Keep as she struggles to breathe or think was breathtaking. Ending it when she goes into Alicent's room and the way she says they killed the boy, like she hasn't even processed it yet. It was amazing. I've never said her name out loud before, so is it Fia Saban is just nailing it as Helena. Yeah, she nailed it in season 1. She's easily a standout performance, but holy crap. I know, like, they're kind of trying to play her like, she's on the spectrum, or kind of like tying autism with Dragon Dreams in like a way. But the way that she performs this is so good. And holy Shimola. It's really good. It's really good. We're going to talk more about Blood and Cheese. I do think if you're going to make Fire and Blood like Volume 1 and do a show, you have to do Blood and Cheese. And I think the small changes they made, which I'm going to get to right now, the differences, made it a little more digestible. It wasn't digestible, and guess what? It shouldn't be digestible. Can I say those words? The child word and the erdering word, right? That's not supposed to be digestible. It can't be digestible. But I think they make it just slightly less horrific than the book version, but it still kind of has that nasty gut punch. So, anyways, that's what I liked about the episode. That's kind of some of my takeaways. Let's talk about the major differences here. So, Jace going to the wall was full of differences. I'm not sure. Maybe they mentioned that Jace actually visits the wall. I just know that Jace visits Winterfell. I didn't have time to read through that entire chapter today because, like I said, I did work a 10-hour shift. But I don't remember them saying that he goes to the wall, but they did say like he's hunting and hawking and all this stuff while he's up there. But I wasn't sure if it was actually mentioned that he goes to the wall. Maybe it does say that. Maybe. But yeah. But everything else. So Cregan's father. I went back and I thought maybe he said forefathers, but the subtitle says my father, as in Cregan's father. Some bad math, guys. That's some bad math. All right. So Cregan's father met with the old king. Okay. Argilac was his great grandfather. Okay. So he met Queen he met Queen Alysanne and Old King Jerry towards the beginning of their reign. Old King Jerry is like Jace's great grandfather. Great, right? Like, because Viserys, that's his grandpa. All right, so it'd just be his great. Cregan's close to the same age as Jace, or Cregan. Jace is around the same age as Cregan, so why would Cregan say his father? Because his father didn't meet Old King Jerry. Why didn't he say my forefather, or my ancestor, or my great grandfather? Arlick Stark, or Larrick, who I've done a video on, and I love him. So I just thought that was a weird thing. Why did they say father there? Because it's like 80 years or something. I'm not doing the math right now, but it's a long time. Okay, so then Torrhen and Aegon treat it at the wall instead of in the Riverlands. That's a weird one. Also, that means that the inn at the Kneeling Man isn't a thing in the show, because there's Inn of the Kneeling Man is an inn in the Riverlands, which is over near where Torrhen knelt. I'm actually making a short for it soon. So I think about that inn weirdly because I'm working on a short for it. So yeah, these changes I think make sense. Just only weird lore nerds like me are like, wait a second, like, make it all happen at the wall. He's at the wall with Jace. Why not? All right, whatever. So yeah, that's it. And then where was I? Lastly, only good Queen Allie tried to fly over the wall, not Jerry. I think he implies that Cregan implies that both of them tried to fly over the wall in the Dragon Wall. I was very surprised to see Jace return from the North so fast in the same episode. Yes, he does have a dragon. I'm not like mad about like, oh, he's traveling too quickly. He does have a dragon. I also wish that we got to see his time in the Vale of Arryn. That would have been really cool because I really want to meet that household. But where was I? I'm surprised that it happened so fast. So not to mention just the Pact of Ice and Fire is weird, or any marriage pact. No mention at all of any marriage pact or the Pact of Ice and Fire. And even though it's a mushroom rumor, right? So the character in Fire and Blood who says all the scandalous rumors, I really wanted the affair with Sarah Snow. It's like the most interesting thing with Jace for me is like he falls in love with this northern like bastard sister of Cregan Stark, and like in another connection. I just love the idea of like Targaryens, and I know he's a strong or whatever, but Targaryens in the dragon blood having this kinship. And we see that with Cregan. We do get to see that they kind of connect, and they connect a lot more in like, I almost wanted him up there for like 2 episodes, like a few episodes. I was really surprised when he showed up. I was like, come on, I wanted him to have a whole northern adventure. Like he spends kind of like way too long in the north in the books. So that was just kind of a surprise. All right. So a straight up sexual affair between Alicent Hightower and Crispy Cole is interesting. So it was hinted at in the books, but it was never confirmed. A small one about Hugh. He is from Dragonstone in the books, not from King's Landing, but I'm sure they will find a way to get him there because he kind of needs to be there. So maybe that isn't a difference. Maybe they just wanted to introduce him in King's Landing, and they're going to add more to his character to get him into Dragonstone. Maybe he's still from Dragonstone, so maybe that's not a difference. I just thought if I was going to run the Hugh Hammer, I wasn't going to run and do him at King's Landing. unless they're changing his character a lot. But yeah, he's a Dragonstone man. We haven't met Ulf the White yet. So it looks like they made Aemon the target for Blood and Cheese to lessen the blame for the blacks, right? So in the books, the Greens and the Blacks kind of have an equal amount of war crimes, and they're both pretty awful, and awful things happen to both sides, and it's all bad. The war's nasty and not fun, right? But both sides are nasty and not fun. Both sides are bad. And there are still a lot of people who kind of go Team Green or Team Blacks. But the point I'm trying to make is I feel like they're trying to lessen the blame a little bit of our main characters. And it's not just for Team Black, but even Team Green. They're trying to make Alicent look less messed up or evil than she was in the book. She's a lot more blatantly messed up in the books, or at least that's how I interpreted it. So I think saying like they're trying to just kill Aemon and then it went the other way. Granted, we don't know why in the book Blood and Cheese attacks the kids. There is a passage like he's there just to kill Aemon or Aegon, but can't. And then they're like, son for a son. So I guess that's kind of close. And also, where was I? Damon might have said son for a son. So it does clip out. Like right before the cameraman stops filming, he might have said, son for a son if you can't find him. So it clicks out before that. The cameraman runs out of film or whatever. All right. And then not making Helena Targaryen choose makes the scene a little slightly, it was horrific, but slightly less horrific. But what I mean by that is in the books, there's Maelor, I believe his name is, right? Maelor Targaryen. I think that's his name. And like there's a younger son still. So there's 3 kids, and it's not in Helena's room. It's a whole other thing where they take good Queen Alicent hostage, waiting for Helena and the daughters and the kids to come in because she visits her mom every night. So when they get there, Blood and Cheese already have Queen. Did I say good Queen? She's not a good queen. They already have Alicent hostage, and then they take the kids. And the big change is the choice, right? There's like a Sophie's Choice thing where they make Helena choose, and she's like, they're like, we're gonna kill all of you and do awful things, or you tell me which son we will kill. And she says the youngest one. She says Maelor, and they horrifically say, like, lean down to the kid, and it's like, you hear that? Your mom wants you dead. And then they kill Jaehaerys instead. So it's like this total mind screw, right? And that might be too much. It's probably too much for me to talk about here, right? It's probably too much. So even though that scene was a lot, it could have been a lotter, right? It could have been more a lot. So yeah, there you guys go. I like the episode. It felt short, actually. I can't wait to see more. I'm not so sure if I love it yet. I might. We'll see. I kind of got to stew on it some more. Let me know what you think of the episode, what you thought, and if you want me to keep doing these. That's it. You guys have a good one, and it's Frey week right now on my channel. I'm putting out a bunch of episodes of Frey videos, lore videos, a bunch of Frey people. Phrase, that's what they're called. That's a plural phrase. My Song of Ice and Fire character lore series. Okay, that's it. Peace.